to An Empowered Woman. I'm Desiree Dubois, founder of An Empowered Woman, and we're a global membership-based networking community and resource center for women professionals and entrepreneurs. So we support women that are starting, fixing, and building their businesses through their web radio shows, TV shows, mastermind meetings, and our awesome live events. So we believe women can network anywhere. So what we offer is education, motivation, and community, especially for women that are in business. We need that connection, we need that support, and we need to be able to reach out and touch somebody who knows and understands our journey. So what I'm going to share with you today is our program called The Power of Seven. And that was originated because a couple years ago somebody said to me, Desiree, how did you build your community so fast with over 10,000 women worldwide in such a short period of time, especially as a membership-based community? And I thought back on the things that were most important that I used. And if I had known when I first started, it would have made the journey much easier and much faster. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've never had a job. I've never had a resume. And from the age of 12, I started my businesses. From the first one being a dance teacher at a playground, a local playground. So I would go in the morning and learn what dance steps there were to learn. Then I would go back in the afternoon and teach the younger children the same thing. I would go and prepare for our recital, and I'd come back and prepare for our recital. So I didn't know anything more than what I learned that day. And heaven help me if I skipped a day, then I had to repeat or rehearse something that we did before. But the lesson from that, it grew and grew and grew, and I made a lot of money through that until one day we had a big recital, and one of the management came in and realized that we had crowds and it was only for a 12-year-old. So they shut me down. But the lesson learned there, the lesson from that experience is that you don't need to know a lot. All you need to know is what you can bring out and share with the world, and realize that somebody else doesn't know that or have that level, and share that and teach that until you grow as far as you need to go. Another experience was when I was in high school. I mean, everybody sells those world's famous chocolate bars, and it was $1 a piece, and most of the time you had to knock on doors to find people. I didn't want to do that, so I used to break them in pieces, and I realized there was 12 pieces to a bar. So that means I sold them 10 cents a piece and wound up with 20 cents profit for each bar. And I could do that right in the playground at lunchtime, because a lot of the children in the playground had 10 cents. They didn't have $1 to buy it. And many times they would wind up spending the 10 cents 10 times, but they could have bought the whole bar. But they wound up paying $120 for the bar, $1.20 for the bar. And it was great, and at the end of it, I wind up winning the prize for selling the most candy bars, as well as making 20 cents a profit for each bar that I sold. So the lesson in that experience is that take what you have, and many times you can break it up into smaller pieces, smaller chunks, and be able to create a profit just with something that you already have, by being able to break it down and selling it that way. Another story I'll share with you is when I was in college. I lived in Marina Del Rey, and there was a lot of boats there, and a lot of people would come into the boats and be able to go away on the weekends and leave it dirty. So I created a Marina Mermaid service, and I used to go in and $35 and clean the boat. They could come back the next week with it perfectly clean. But there was more business than I could handle. So I shared the opportunity with some of the ladies in my school at the USC. So they were able to work, they were able to make $10 an hour cash at that time, get in, get out, work in the schedules. That did great until one lady was smoking and had a fire. And that caused problems, and they required us to get insurance. At that time, we were so young, it was prohibitable price-wise to get insurance for that. But we had to keep t-shirts, mermaid, and buckets, and it was great. Lesson learned. Be prepared. Get your insurance, your tax things, your accounting, your legal. Get everything set up before you start business. So those are some of my stories. But how Empowered Woman got started was I was in real estate since 1989, and I was always wanting to motivate women to invest in real estate. But I realized that a lot of them wasn't interested or didn't feel they could do it. So I started creating a program called From Babies to Bills to Riches in Real Estate, which was my story, being able to tell them how I started when I got divorced and had only 2 babies and bills, no credit, no financing, no nothing, and built a real estate empire with millions of dollars as a result. And they could do the same. I would just show them how. But I realized still it was difficult getting through to them, it was difficult making it real for them, and there was other emotional things that were in the way. So I invited them to my house for brunch. I make brunch, and I invited speakers. I was a member of the National Speakers Association, and had speakers come in, and they would share their stories, challenges, victories, and secrets to success. sell books, and people would come and have a good time. So we did that once, then we did it again, and for 8 months it started growing and growing and growing to the point people were bringing in their own chairs and their own pillows to sit on, and I had to hire caterers to do the food. And when I did that, I had to start charging. And then I had to start I had to get a bank account because I was accepting money. In order to get a bank account, I had to do a DBA. And at that point, I said, okay, am I going to start this business or not? And I started Empower Women then. And the next time we had a large group where it was 147 members, and we've been growing ever since. So that's kind of a little bit background about us and me. Because when someone's coaching you, it's really important to find out where they're coming from. The difference is someone can go to school and get certified for a coach in 2 weeks, month, year, and then other people have been in business all their lives. So what I bring to you as a business coach is years of experience, my lifetime of experience, not only what you're doing now, but what happens along the board. So I'm now going to go into our new program called The Power of 7.